Last week on the Big Break Legacy.
So your next task would be performed in London. 3 products that you identified that are proudly South African products. You're now going to sell these at the stalls at the Camden Market.
Come to the end of the road, may the best person win.
It's going to require some preparation. Most of the people relate to Rooibos as Red Bush.
We worked hard, extremely hard, lost weight over here in this last week. Stress, blisters on our feet.
So I've had a look at the numbers. There's a team that actually did well and a team that didn't do well.
Business ideas and opportunities are everywhere, but it takes a certain type of person to spot them. It takes an entrepreneur, someone who can recognize an opportunity and turn it into a successful business. South Africa needs world-class entrepreneurs. The Big Break Legacy is going to find one. From thousands of hopefuls, 12 of the country's finest entrepreneurs made it through. From all walks of life, from all parts of the country. All with one thing in common: the drive and ambition to convince our 3 board members they should be the winner of a 5 million rand investment prize. The Big Break Legacy.
Hey guys, it's been a hell of a journey and I trust that you enjoyed the London challenge. Welcome back. I must also admit that I was pleasantly surprised in how the teams handled that challenge. I will now reveal to you the final results. There was one part of the challenge which required of you to go and research how you get a proudly South African product export ready. And the second part of that was for you to now take this proudly South African product and go and market it and sell it, literally, at a market in London. And when you presented the first leg, we had representatives from the DTI who assisted to adjudicate. I'm very pleased to say that for that challenge, Newton's Forth was the winner of that leg. You're concise, you're accurate, and you spoke to all the elements that DTI wanted you to speak to. Congratulations on that. In the second leg, of course, the task was for you to now take these products and go and market them. From the sales that we made with Newton's Force, that being Ify and Usanele, you made a profit of £705.80. Litsatsi Inc., consisting of you, Jared, and Tsepiso, you made a profit of £1,530.30. So Litsatsi Inc. won that challenge. So the board has decided to give all 4 of you the opportunity to now go and create and compete as individuals for the final task. But as you can see, Iftika is not with us here. As an entrepreneur, you will always be faced with challenges that require of you to make some sacrifices, whether it be at a personal level or a professional level. The Big Break is no different. So unfortunately, because of professional and personal reasons, Iftika is not here with us.
It's something that I think he must have been able to sacrifice, It was the final leg. He should have been here.
So Jared, Tsepiso, and Sanele, welcome to the final round.
Now that we're down to the final 3, let's recap who the top 12 were all those weeks ago.
Hi, my name is Adele Lawrence and I'm the owner of Skoongewas Laundry in the Western Cape.
I'm Charmaine Kleinhans and I'm going to present a kettle to you today.
I'm Chris Miller. I'm from Cape Town and I represent Eminent Security Control Systems.
I'm Iftika Sheikh and I'll be presenting Greenpeace. The idea is centered around renewable furniture.
I'm Kilebogile Seleka. I'm from Kimberley in the Northern Cape. My business is about vending machines for sanitary pads and tampons.
In 2007, I started Mzansi Mobile Fridges with a friend. We started it as a hiring business where we self-funded the first unit.
My name is Teboho Mafodi. We're doing a technology called the structural insulated panel. It's a very new, innovative technology.
My name is Tati Mashao, and today I'm going to be giving you a presentation of my business, which is called Moruleng Construction Plant and Tool Hire.
My name is Zama Sibinda from Bloemfontein, and my concept is a night billboard. It will be reflected on the night sky using 3D laser holograms.
My name is Sanele Makinan. I'm going to be doing a presentation on Apex Commercial Solutions and the concept Mzansi Digital. The concept itself speaks of digitalizing South Africa. It is in fact a digitalization strategy that is going to be used in order to uplift social development through the impact of ICT. We want to gear a digital generation, meaning we're looking at the next population of South Africans being the next 50 years, 30 years being fully digitally literate. And lastly, the vision is to create competitive differentiation and to bridge the gap in the information technology era.
I'm Jared Pillay, I'm from Pretoria, and I'm the founder and CEO of Million Baby. I invented the Todd Pod. I saw that toddlers were uninterested, irritating their parents, and there was nothing that was there as a medium for them to be entertained and occupied. And that's where I came up with the Todd Pod. It's a bag that converts into a table and chairs. The business is called Million Baby, and we in the industry to kind of develop innovative products that engage education for the toddlers, but also provide a medium for them to kind of interact.
Tipiso Makubedu from Mpumalanga, and I represent Royalty Books. Our company has come up with a book range that aims to equip South Africa's youngest generation with the skills that they require to solve South Africa's severe problems. We've developed a book range called The Fairy Tale of Billionaire Bees. It aims to equip children in the foundation phase of primary schools with skills such as financial literacy and entrepreneurial skills.
You're now going to be tasked, each one of you, to go away and create a 2 to 3 minute corporate video of your businesses.
This is the crux of the show.
I mean, we've been doing so many profiles for other people and their businesses. Now finally you get an opportunity to expose your business.
You're trying to showcase your passion for this business and then show other people and get them to feel the same kind of passion and have the same belief in your business as you have.
The video would need to speak to why you believe your business is innovative, it is commercially viable, it is scalable, and of course would have a social impact. You would be presenting this to not just me, but to a number of outside investors and key business decision makers.
We're one step closer to that dream, so it feels really good.
For them to assist the board to adjudicate on who's going to get the 5 million rands investment.
I look forward to a good challenge.
Competing against the two is quite a privilege, and I will really give them the best that I can give so that they also feel like this was competition.
They'll do their best, and I'll do my best, and the best person will win.
So you will no longer be confined to the Big Break Legacy House. Of course, you get the technology and data airtime that's proudly powered by MTN Business. You will get a budget of 1,500 rands. Remember, you are now directors of this corporate video. You are not to expect the production company to do it for you. And at the gala event, you'd be judged according to the 2 criteria. 1, your corporate video in terms of the message and the impact that it has. And secondly, it would be the response to the questions that the panel or the audience at the gala dinner would have for each one of you. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Clear.
Okay, congratulations and good luck.
The battle for the 5 million rand now begins. Let's meet our top 3 finalists. Let's start with Sanele Makinane.
My name is Sanele Makinane. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm a finalist in the Big Break Legacy. I'm born and bred in Klerksdorp, in a small town called Joburton. I consider myself a critical thinker. I like making and pushing the odds, especially when the odds are against me. And I spend most of the time utilizing this one particular strength, which is strategy, which is communication and putting things together. My father doesn't really speak much. He's a very quiet man, but there's a number of things that he does in practice that showcases to me what type of a man would become a man. The way he loved his family, the way he loves us as his children was one of those things. There's quite a lot that he had to sacrifice in order for him to make provision for us to be what we are today. I consider that to be quite something that I look up to, and I'm very proud of him.
I understand that he's brilliant and he can make everything Very good.
The second role model I have is the teacher who used to teach me back at school. In fact, he mentored my debating, how to really pick out a point and argue that point, and how to really stick by what you believe in.
Now, as teachers, we don't like to be challenged by these learners. Now, at some instances, I felt like I created my own monster in Sanele, because now as a teacher, you have to be on your toes always.
That has been one of the biggest contributors to myself being an entrepreneur, because you have to believe what others don't believe.
There are things that will always want to pull you down, but now those are the things that will actually motivate you and distract you from the goal that you want to reach.
Our work is spread in two ways. We've got our social responsibility work that we do, which I think is very important. In everything that we do as a company, we always try to look at the impact it's going to create for society. And the second one is the financial motive, which any business needs. So what we do is we consult and we give out strategies on how businesses can incorporate ICTs into their operations. I moved from one place to the next trying to get people to understand what I'm doing, and a lot of people did not believe in it. I have a team now that believes in that, and I don't know, they make me the most happiest man,
Good luck, Sanela. We wish you all the best.
Those four are the main people I'll ever quote in my life as people who've played a very critical role. The Big Break legacy for me has been quite a very interesting journey. It's a journey of discovery. You are in the house with 12 other entrepreneurs who think the same way as you do, who lead teams, and you are put with these people and you're trying to share your views and your opinions. They also want to share their views and opinions.
Or it can be something completely abstract.
As it comes in.
Like a green apple.
It has been about knowing and understanding that you're not the only person thinking out of the box. There's other people who think out of the box, and they've got a slightly different take to how you view things. One of the greatest highs was the friendships that were created out of the Big Break legacy. What could have become networks now going forward in the future. I had a good relationship with Ntokozo, and he was also one of the people who shared a lot of wise words with us in the house.
If one is pushed into the corner, that's when you start seeing the creativity.
And you had Tebogo as well, and we draw upon such sources for how we can really succeed in our businesses. You had Iftaka, who brings in quite a lot of academic experience and knowledge. Adele and I started very well on the show, and I spent about 5 episodes not being with her on the same team. Where you had to run your final race and really give it your all. Then I'm giving Adele, that was like a test of strength.
Okay, I'm not saying shoot everything I say down. All I'm saying is we're throwing ideas around.
So I took the stance of the guy who's going to single out the one task and do this and make sure he does it well. So my favorite task was the one I won. I think it was the first task that we did, where we were running around in the famous locations and taking pictures.
Ify, move.
That task for me was the most well-planned and well-executed task. I'd say the second one was the MTN task. Whenever I find expression to technology, I know what I'm talking about. And the process of teaching Adele...
I'm still confused.
...was nice because I knew for a fact that I imparted some knowledge in somebody. She'll thank me for it one day. Task I never really enjoyed was the Google challenge. There's so much that you need to focus on, dynamics, geographics, demographics, but we're doing all that we can. Thoughts of leaving the show came there, and I said to myself, well, what winner are you who's gonna quit? So that challenge awakened me. Jared and I had an understanding. At times I felt like it was all over the place.
Bam, 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 quickly, come back. We're here the whole day.
It was his character, and he was just being who he is.
I mean, look at this place.
I think Tsepiso was my biggest threat because she's got very good entrepreneurial spirit, and she'll present to whoever the judges are a very well thought type of a pitch. So what we're doing today is to firstly do the first segment of the commercial. The idea is to try and get the setup that we want. So we're just gonna split the PCs. We've got about 18 working stations, and we're gonna use them for our illustrations. You get in the middle. Now what we do as Mzansi Digital is to help you understand how to use computers. And we'll just get the one with them seated down, and that's it. The most important thing for us is to consolidate a winning formula. Hopefully, on that day, everybody would want to go Mzansi Digital.
The Big Break Legacy. The Big Break Legacy is powered by MTN Business. Now meet Jared Pillay.
My name is Jared Pillay. I am the CEO and co-founder of Million Baby and the inventor of Totpot. I work hard at what I do, and I'm passionate about creating products that are exciting, innovative, and trendy for toddlers. I'm married to a beautiful young lady called Alicia Pillay. I'm madly in love with her, and we've got a son called Jaden Kopele. She says I do take my work seriously.
He's addicted to technology. There's always 2 iPads, 2 phones following him around everywhere he goes.
Even when I go to bed, I've got my iPad busy researching and all of that stuff.
When you have something that you believe in, you know it's going to be a success because you're not faking it.
My strengths, I would say, is thinking out of the box, specifically when it comes to products and ideas and marketing and strategy.
He's a very talented person. He's a musician as well as an entrepreneur.
I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. Oh yeah.
So he's a man of lots of trades, but he's also the master of those trades.
I'm currently a freelancing marketing consultant on marketing as a whole. That's what I specialize in.
Everyone's waiting and supporting you 150%. You've got the capabilities and you're going to do very, very well.
I hold junk mail close to my heart because that's where I came up with the Todd Pod. And you know, throughout the years of kind of developing this product, I've stayed in contact with junk mail.
Jared worked with us 3 years ago in our digital department, which was very new at the time, and he was a really a young warrior, as I like to call him.
I see Felix Erken as a mentor, and this is why, you know, I've stayed in close relationship with junk mail.
What he gave to our company was so impressive. I knew he was going to go very far.
While sitting in church, I noticed that toddlers were, you know, bored, irritable, uninterested, and, you know, distracting their parents. So this is where I came up with the concept of the Todd Pod, something that's portable, but is like a work kind of PlayStation for toddlers.
When he first showed me the concept of his idea, I was blown away. To take a simple product like that and turn it into what he has done definitely shows a lot of character and a lot of vision.
I've never been in a show like this before, so I didn't know what to expect. And we started the first episode and it was just a complete rush.
Please meet me outside the Sandton Gautrain station. You have 1 hour.
What time does it start?
Now. Well, I don't know. I guess this is good.
It's just been a real learning curve for me.
Let's select a leader for this task and we follow that leader. Because everyone's got opinions now and it's not working because one is saying boss, one is saying let's select a leader.
The most memorable challenge, the photo shoot. I remember working very hard. You know, the blood, sweat and tears that you put into a task, you get rewarded for. And I feel very kind of honored and privileged and humble to be one of the contestants to have 3 blue chips. So that was quite an accomplishment for me.
Jared, as a blue chip of the last task, congratulations.
The low points, definitely, you know, going on review.
Please, all 3 of you step forward. All 3 of you as a team.
One of the tasks that really shattered me was the Google challenge. I would consider myself familiar with Google products and a fundi in technology. I thought we had it in the bag.
Online. And action! I hope you got that on audio.
And we thought we rocked the presentation. When it came to, you know, the judges saying who won and who lost, I mean, we were shattered. It took us by surprise, and that was really disappointing. I think the person that I got along with the most was Sanele, because we kind of had the same background in technology and we could relate in certain instances. And then Chris as well. Chris is definitely a busy guy, bouncing and like, you know, just like on high energies. But yeah, he's definitely a good person. A lot of people would say I didn't get along with Adele. And yes, there has been instances where we didn't get along. People just don't understand her. I got along with everyone. You know, there was a bit of like, you know, conflict in tasks. What people need to understand is that that's what happens in business.
We heard from a lot of people that you were fishing around, asking where we are going, what we are doing and all of that stuff.
But that shouldn't translate into something personal. I think my most favorite challenge was the stock fell, where we had to create the commercial for the product that we sold.
Corporate Mr. Director.
I went into, you know, being the director and I really enjoyed it.
Make sure we mark where we put the camera.
You know, I think it was a very nice experience for me to direct a commercial for local product.
I want to see the full picture.
Okay, cool. I've been waiting for the final to showcase what my business is about and, you know, what I can bring to the table for investors. What I plan on doing with the 5 million when I win is commercializing Todd Pod and the line extensions and setting up a manufacturing plant here in South Africa.
So I just arrived here at Smiley Kids. Denise from Customized Training Videos Pty Limited
and I are going to be shooting, snippets of our corporate video, just getting cutaways of toddlers using our product, and that's why we're at Smiley Kids. So guys, it's been a long journey. I hope you enjoyed, my performance. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you enjoy the final. So let's see if I win or lose.
The Big Break Legacy. The Big Break Legacy is powered by MTN Business. And lastly, Tsepiso Makubedu.
I'm Tsepiso Makubedu. I'm a young girl from the beautiful township of Ganyamazane. I'm a young woman who just hopes that her work will be as great as her ambition. I am driven, ambitious, not really hardworking, but rather smart working. I believe in the goodness of man, so that tends to be a strength but also a weakness because it tends to leave me vulnerable at the hands of evil. I was currently doing my second year and I dropped out in order to pursue my dreams as an entrepreneur. You only get one shot, and this looked like it was going to be my big break. I took a chance and I'm glad I did. It's changed my life. I think the individuals in my family have been the people who have inspired me the most, and I really appreciate what I have with them, and I just hope I can repay them one day. The problems of the world drive me. They just keep me going. Every time you look out the window, you get something that inspires you because you see the world as it is. You see the problems of the world. You see how much there needs to be done. There's absolutely no reason whatsoever why people should be unemployed. There's so much to do. There's so much to improve upon. My partner and I own a publishing company. Right now, we're concentrating on publishing academic material, which is why we wrote financial literacy and entrepreneurship books, in order to cultivate that mindset of being a financially responsible and an entrepreneurial child, so that you can grow up and be an adult who knows the difference between right and wrong when it comes to money.
We started working with Tepi from a long time ago. It was in primary school, where we hosted events, and then, we made money, and we blew that money. Which is what led to the inception of our current business.
Well, the money is needed mostly for advertising the business. So what we'll use it for is mostly marketing and the actual manufacturing of the books. Our target market is anyone, anywhere, to show them that you can make a huge success of your life regardless where you come from. Your circumstances only determine where you are, not where you can go, and that's what we want to show people in the world. The Big Break Legacy has been an amazing journey. It's not just about business, it's also about testing your character as a person.
No, but I'm speaking to him.
Guys, it's not unprofessional over here.
I think this is going to motivate me and Tsepi to actually teach these guys a lesson.
My biggest highlight of it was when I got a compliment from Lebu Gunguluza. He actually told me my presentation skills were amazing. We are Letsatsi Inc. and we are solution driven. Thank you.
I must tell you that your presentation skills are quite impressive. It can take you far.
So that was my biggest high. One of my lows was the second time I went on review. I was told that I was being too assertive and some felt overshadowed by it.
Tsepi, absolutely fantastic energy. Just be mindful that when you work with people, you also don't want to overshadow their ideas.
I truly believe that I will not act inferior in order to accommodate others. It will not serve society in any way. If I keep quiet a bit, then I'm not energetic enough. If I come out, then I'm too energetic. So right now I'm a bit puzzled why I stand here, but I still have a lot to offer. And I believe you'll see great things from me, not only in the competition, but outside. So I do deserve to be here. I am an assertive individual, and I believe that's what's going to enable me to make it in business and to make a difference in this world. My favorite challenge was the flash mob challenge. I'm a young person. I love, positively impacting young people's lives. We will achieve before we conceive. Awesome. We're gonna get it right, but this is gonna be awesome. These people love dancing and they expressed it. You saw talented kids. You could see it in their eyes that they weren't getting paid. They weren't doing it for TV. It was really because that's what they wanted to do. And to give them a platform where they could dance with professional dancers and give them a taste of what their reality could be was just amazing for me. And on top of that, we were supporting a very important cause, teenage pregnancy.
We are children of success. We will achieve before we conceive.
making a difference. I loved giving teenage mothers a voice. We can all change the world. We can all change the way things are done. We had wonderful women in the house. Tati was my big sister, my best friend. She was there with me all the time. And then with Adele and Lolo and Shemaine, they were just there as my mothers. But I also grew close with some of the guys. I know Ntokozo and I have had lots of talks, and it was unfortunate that when he had to go, I was the one to kick him out.
Ntokozo, you're leaving us.
I'd consider him a mentor to some extent, just because of the life skills that he instilled in me. Ify and I are friends till this day, and it was sad to see him go. So there are people with certain characteristics that I did not really like. One person being Sanele. He just tends to prove himself at the expense of others, and I don't think that's the measure of a great man.
You said I want to review cards. You slept your performance. I know what I did, I know what I contributed in the team.
Well, we started on the presentation. We've laid out most of the points that we want to cover. We want to keep it short, simple, and straight to the point. It's going to be about business. It's going to be about the social impact that we're trying to achieve with our company. And we're doing it ourselves. My partner is going to be shooting the video. We'll be editing it together. So it's going to be a royalty production. And hopefully after this, maybe we'll start our own production company.
The Big Break Legacy. The Big Break Legacy is powered by MTN Business. Our top three now have one final chance to prove their worth to the judges in front of a capacity crowd consisting of captains of industry at the Gala Dinner Grand Finale.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the epic finale, season finale of the Big Break Legacy. My name is Junaid Carrera. I'll be your master of ceremonies. Wendy Luhaba is a social entrepreneur, an activist for the economic empowerment of women, a mentor, and an author.
We need to create an ecosystem that generates and invests in radically new business ideas, and to become a nation that is able to make lemonade from lemons. That's the idea behind the Big Break Legacy.
It gives me great pleasure actually to call upon our title sponsor, MTN, Ms. Desiree Poe, to come and shake hands and take a photograph with our 12 contestants. It would not have been possible had it not been for the financial injection of MTN.
The moment of truth has arrived. And this is how it's going to go down right here on the Big Break Legacy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask our top 3 finalists to join me on stage one at a time. So what they'll do is, as I call their name, can you please join me on stage? You will then be given 5 minutes to give a 2-minute presentation and obviously a video of your business idea and your proposal. You'll then sit down and you'll get Q&A'd by Wendy and Ezra. Our first contestant and first finalist for the Big Break Legacy Season 2 is Sanele Makinane.
On an occasion such as this, one should perhaps start from the beginning. My name is Sanele Makinane. I'm the founder and CEO of Apex Commercial Solutions. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Apex Commercial Solutions.
Apex Commercial Solutions is an innovative, driven, and Black-owned company that offers a wide range of services in business development management. The core business of the company is developing strategies for social impact using ICTs, information communications technologies. One of the key projects that Apex has developed is a concept called Mzansi Digital. Mzansi Digital is a social information technology strategy to address the shortage of skills, development, and jobs in the social ICT sector. Its aim is to digitalize the information technology systems in education, health, municipalities, media, and agriculture.
Zante Digital is a strategy. The aim is to transform South Africa, make it more digital. If in each and every school there could be at least an IT class, we would be able to generate a self-sustaining model.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce you to Million Baby.
We live in a fast-paced world, often hopping from one engagement to another. We maximize our time. Many of us who are parents move between engagements with our kids, who are not often as enthusiastic about our chosen activities as we are. My name is Jared Pillay. I'm a dad to 3-year-old Jaden, CEO of Million Baby and the inventor of Todpod, a worldwide first of its kind. I was sitting in church one Sunday when I noticed that toddlers were bored, irritable, uninterested while distracting their parents. Children are wired to play. In fact, the more they are engaged in play, the more they learn. And this is where I started thinking, what if we could keep them occupied with their toys, their crayons, their coloring books within easy reach? And this is where I came up with the concept of the Todpod. Meet the Todpod, a compact, easily portable bag that converts into a table and chair. The Todpod is essentially a portable piece of home for your child. Reading, drawing, playing, snacking can all be done in a safe, contained, and familiar environment.
The Todpod is a prime example of Million Baby's mission to make affordable, high-quality children's products that make parents' lives simpler while supporting their child's development journey. Million Baby is a scalable business which has already attracted interest for distribution from the USA, Canada, Belgium, South Africa, Hong Kong, China, Japan, and Australia. We have filed an international PCT patent for the Todpod and have an aggressive global distribution strategy. Million Baby is passionate about uplifting communities through job creation and corporate social investment initiatives. We are seeking investment in order to produce our products locally for distribution in South Africa, as well as for export to the global market.
Million Baby is a brand with universal appeal. It provides innovative solutions to complex needs of modern parents and children. Million Baby has a potential to generate profit not only on a local but global level.
Our sales projection for the first year is 120,000 units with a turnover of 16 million and a net profit of 2 million. In year 5, we project that we will sell 2.5 million units with a turnover of 270 million and a profit of 53 million.
I am the co-founder and CEO of Royalty Books, a publishing company that aims to breathe life into readers with the turn of every page. I'd like to present to you one of our projects, the fairy tale of Billionaire Bees. Here we have two adults from two different backgrounds living two different lifestyles. It seems they have nothing in common, but with a closer look, we see that not all is well in the lives of many, regardless of the income class one belongs in. Over excessive debts, unemployment, and failed business ventures haunt everyone. But it doesn't have to be like this. With a tool like the fairy tale of Billionaire Bees, problems such as these do not have to exist. Imagine if kids, regardless of their family's social standing, could have financial responsibility, entrepreneurial skills, and the knack to utilize these skills to positively benefit themselves and society. One might argue that having a generation of financially literate and entrepreneurial adults is a far-fetched dream, but no one can deny that a tool like the fairy tale of Billionaire Bees will bring that dream one step closer. Children who read books that instill financial literacy and entrepreneurial skills could grow up to become financially phenomenal type of humans. This book range is one that will instill financial literacy and entrepreneurship skills in children. Nothing like this has ever been done in the world before. The Royalty Books team is willing to invest in a legacy. Now, the answer to the following question is what stands between us and a generation of financially literate adults. Is the Big Break legacy willing to invest in the future of this country? Is the Big Break Legacy willing to invest in a new generation of entrepreneurs? Is the Big Break Legacy willing to invest in this legacy? Thank you.
The Big Break Legacy. The Big Break Legacy is powered by MTN Business.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a Q&A from Ezra and Wendy, and obviously depending on the rebuttals from our contestants. Over to you.
Okay, we each have 2 questions for you, so we will ask you the first question and would like each one of you to respond to those questions. So my first question relates to the economic growth of South Africa. What do you believe South Africa's economy needs to grow?
There's 2 economies in South Africa, your first economy and your second economy. The first economy can no longer always finance the second economy. So we need to try and drive more people into the labor market. Absorbing more people means we've got more people who can invest, spend, and save. Now the level of investment, the level of savings and expenditure increases the economy, which is the second economy in this instance.
I believe that Million Baby grows the economy in South Africa. 1, we are going to set up a manufacturing plant in South Africa with a forecast of creating over 500 jobs and also establishing networks around the world and being present in those countries.
Economic growth is dependent on long-term strategies that have not been developed before. In order for South Africa's economy to actually advance, we need to create more entrepreneurs. We currently have a system that creates a lot of job seekers.
My second question relates to how each of your businesses are going to contribute towards South Africa's economic growth. So, Sanela, how will Mzansi Digital contribute towards that growth?
I did make an example that if you were to employ 2 people per school to start offering this IT education, you would have created over 58,000 job opportunities. It means you've got 58,000 tax spenders, 58,000 potential investors, 58,000 people who save. Now, from an economy of scale point of view, it might look like a microeconomy, but it contributes to the bigger picture. What our business wants to do is to grow the society, give the base for them to spend and save and invest into the economy.
Over 80% of products that are being brought and sold into chain stores are actually imported from China. So not only do we want to manufacture Million Baby's products, but we want to compete with China and start manufacturing toys, products that compete with China.
Royalty Books will advance South Africa's economy by creating jobs, obviously through the publishing company itself, but also through our growth strategies. If you look at some of the growth strategies that we have, we needn't look beyond this room for the innovators to create them. We are going to create a children's toy range, and we'll also go into ICT, and we have 2 entrepreneurs right here who could help us with this. That just shows how powerful our mechanism is.
Those are all my questions. I now hand over to the legendary Ezra Ndwandwe.
I'm not quite sure I'm convinced as an investor in any of your presentations. That's the first thing. Sanel, I'm going to start with you. Question is, so why should I invest the 5 million rands? Why should the Big Break Legacy invest 5 million rands in your business? And with the view that the return on investment is supposed to be realized within 3 years.
The 5 million is going to allow us not only to finish the building process of the system, but enable us to pilot this where we could really profile a success story out of it. And based on that, we would not only be creating a new trending solution towards ICT development and development in general, but we are also touching base on other sectors as well. So you don't only have one sector, which is education, focusing on what could be the spin-offs of Mzansi Digital, but other sectors as well, picking up potential spin-offs.
Gerard? So firstly, we have a market-ready, first of its kind product, which is the Todd Pod. Secondly, we've already got a PCT filed on this product that's international. Thirdly, we've got interest from over 11 countries and 2 licensing companies in the US of A. I believe that we are setting up a manufacturing plant here in South Africa, and with this, we're empowering South Africans to kind of develop products, not only for the local market, but for the international market.
Sapiso?
I believe Royalty Books, or rather the Fairy Tale of Billionaire Bees book range, is directly in line with the mission of the Big Break Legacy. While new generation entrepreneurs are being created by Big Break Legacy from a higher level, we are tackling the problem right at its source. And besides that, the fact that we are targeting it at the educational system means that we'll have a stable market. We'll guarantee that we'll be able to have high markup percentages on our products, yet have them affordable enough for our ultimate consumers.
So we invest the 5 million rands into any of your businesses. Let's say, Sanele, you're the winner, and we invest the 5 million rands, and your company fails. What then?
You can't fail with the education system. It runs throughout the year. So the seasonal business, it's a sure case. We have a lot of people being born. These people need to go through education. So you can't fail. There always is an opportunity. That's one. Two is other sectors as well are also IT dependent nowadays. You know, there's quite a diaspora of IT opportunities out there. Now, proliferating a new meaning of IT by skilling young people onto the system, you are surely guaranteed not to fail.
So Million Baby is not basically about the Todd Pod. We are going to create a brand that's a universal brand. And we want to create loyalty through that brand. So we've already got the Todd Pod, but we already have several line extensions in development already.
Failure only occurs when one quits. Royalty Books is not the type to quit. And on top of that, with our business model, we are not only targeting one income stream, we have multiple income streams, and those who have stable markets. So once we get these books into the system, there's very little chance of them getting out, which means the Big Break Legacy will guaranteed get its investment back.
Great, thank you. A round of applause for these entrepreneurs. I am now going to request that the fourth runner-up joins us in the stage as we do this. I also request the marketing executive from GMSA to come join us in the stage as we announce yet another surprise. So tonight is full of surprises, isn't it? Tim Hinden, please come through. Now in here, Chevrolet has been kind enough to award the top 4 of our contestants, each with cars. The fourth runner-up of the competition, Iftika Sheikh, receives a Chevrolet Cruze. Tim, you can shake hands. Well done. There's your car. The winner of the Big Break Legacy Season 2 is going to walk away with a Chevrolet Trailblazer. Of course, the second and third prize would receive a Chevrolet Cruze, which is good. Excellent. Right, I mean, there has been a competition for our viewers, which has running for the past 13 weeks. And of course, I mean, out of this, we did promise from asking the questions that if they got it correct, we would announce the winner of a Chevrolet Spark. And that moment has arrived. And the winner of the Chevrolet Spark is Audrey Tongela. I will make contact with Audrey and make sure that she gets her car.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been such a privilege and such an honor to be exposed to your brilliance over the last few weeks. And we know that you will do extremely well, that you will each be an asset to our nation. And we just want to congratulate all of you. We would have loved for all of you to win the prize, but as you know, that's not possible. So we trust that this opportunity has been as valuable for you as it has been for our nation, because these last 13 episodes, you have taught our nation many entrepreneurial lessons. We have now reached that moment of revelation where we announce who the finalist is. And for that rather challenging task, I hand over to the visionary of the Big Break Legacy, Mr. Ezra Ndwandwe.
You guys know that this has not been an easy decision. Getting here and selecting amongst the best of the best was not easy. So you need to each one of you just deserves a pat on the back for making it this far. But nonetheless, is one company that we have looked at the pros and the cons from an investment perspective as to what would make sense. What are we looking for? What are the lessons? What are the benefits of investing in that company? And of the 3 companies, I'm now going to announce the winner. The winner of the Big Break Legacy Season 2 is Sanele Makinan.
I'm really humbled. I thought of many things. I thought of achievement, I thought of victory, I thought of winning. I just didn't think it'll come so soon. And now that it's here, it's really overwhelming, it's humbling. I usually say quite a lot. I think today I'm just lost for words. So I'll leave it at that. But to the Big Break Legacy, thank you very much for the opportunity. To quite a lot of people who've been supporting me, to the contestants as well for their motivation and for their courage in quite a lot of ways. I've learned a lot and I'm taking home quite a lot of lessons from their own entrepreneurial experiences. And this investment is in safe hands. And we will safeguard it with all that we have to make sure it's profitable and sustainable. And of course, it creates South Africa a digital one. Thank you.
Thank you for watching the Big Break Legacy Season 2. To discuss further, log on to Twitter at #BBL2 or watch any of the episodes on YouTube. Thanks again and tune into the Big Break Legacy Season 3 in 2014.